Hi everyone, Ironclad Cobra here, and welcome to another Odin 2 Portal video. Today I'll be sharing with you some PS3 gameplay. Now of course, bear in mind, PS3 emulation is still in development, so it's not mature yet. So that means you should be expecting many games that might not work or crash down or even take a very long time to start. So you have to be patient. It's definitely not a plug and play experience at the moment. I think in the future it might be much better, because I think the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is a capable and powerful chipset, but the limitations come from the emulator itself. So as I said, just bear in mind there might be some disappointment or frustration, but as I said, in the future probably things will be much smoother. So today I want to switch on my Max device, since I haven't done that in my unboxing video. Such a beautiful Android handheld. As I mentioned, the chipset is really powerful and mature, but there are some limitations from the emulators. So this is the beautiful, friendly Odin 2 Portal greeting interface, and as you see, it will directly go to Daijisho, which is my favorite Android front end. I have it on all my Android devices. It's free, it's simple, and it's easy to set up. So there you go, as you see here. Now unfortunately I cannot, or I will not be able to launch my PS3 games from Daijisho, because Daijisho doesn't support the launch of this specific emulator that I use, which is the RPCSX. They only support the launch of the other PS3 emulator, which is the AP3SE. So as you see here, I have a couple of my favorite PS3 games, but as I mentioned, I won't be able to launch them from Daijisho, but I'll launch them from the emulator itself, which I'll be showing you in a minute. Okay, as you see here, so there you go. Now the PS3 emulator app that I'm using here, it's called the RPCSX, as you see here, the RPCSX. As I mentioned, the other PS3 emulator, the AP3SE, is also good, but I personally prefer this one. And of course, for you to launch or to have PS3 emulation on your device, you basically need three things. The first, the RPCSX emulator, which you can get it directly from their official GitHub page, the APK file. I'll put it in the video description, you can check it out, and you can go to the assets section and you can download the latest released APK file. Every single thing I'm talking about will be in the video description. The second thing you need will be the PS3 firmware, which you can also get it from the official Sony PlayStation website. I'll include the link in the video description as well. And of course, the third thing you'll need is the PS3 game ROMs. Now unfortunately, as I always mention in my videos, I cannot share links to where to get the ROMs or game ROMs because they are copyrighted, but a simple Google search will show you where to find them. I'm personally using decrypted or unzipped ISO files, but I think you can also use PKG files as well, or PKG ROMs, but I think those will need a special key to operate, whereas the ISO files, you don't need a special key, you can directly play them. So if you click on the emulator, as you see here, these are my PS3 games. you know, as I mentioned, a couple of my favorite games. This plus sign, once you click on it, you know, you can add more games. You know, it's just a simple steps, you know, normally, you know, adding your games. And when you click on these three dots here, you can go to settings, and here you can of course, you know, tinker or tweak the settings. If you go to advanced settings, you can also go to video settings as well, you know, change it the way you prefer. But one important thing to mention here is that you can also get custom GPU drivers from within the emulator itself. So you have the default emulator, you have the default GPU driver provided by the system or by the Odin. But then I downloaded two more, and if you see this plus sign, if you click on it, it goes to download or install. You can download it externally, or you can also install it from, you know, another sources. And if you go to download, for example, it shows you the different drivers available from within the emulator itself, and you can try whichever works for you. So I just downloaded the latest ones, these two here, and then you go import, and you can highlight them so the system uses them when you are playing the games. And of course, you know, as you always know, you can also go to controls. You can also, you know, map your controller or keys as well, you know, because pretty much they are pre-configured. I didn't do anything, I didn't change anything in my settings, so I just had the custom GPU driver. Okay, and as I mentioned, there will be lots of games that might not work. Other games might work or might, you know, take a long time to start, but you know, you have to be patient, and you shouldn't have really high expectations when it comes to PS3 emulation. So I'll just share some gameplay with you and see how it goes. Okay, let's try Dark Souls 2, one of my favorite RPG dark fantasy games, and see how it will run. As you see, this little controller, you know, icon here, it removes the controller overlay or the on-screen controls, and if you click on it again, it brings it back. I personally prefer using the physical controllers on the handheld, so I'll just disable it from here, and let's see how this game will run.
You've seen it, maybe in a dream, a murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything once branded, the symbol of the curse, an augur of darkness. meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish. Time after time. For that is your fate, the fate of the cursed.
So I just noticed that the game gets stuck here. I just researched it, and many people had this problem where it stays on this screen forever. I think I waited like 5 or 6 hours, nothing happened, no reaction. I tried pressing all the buttons here, nothing, no reaction at all. And I think for those who are using it on Windows or on Steam, you can verify the game files, so it might work. But since I'm emulating it on Android, I don't think there is a chance to verify the game files. So I don't know what is the situation with this game. So until this point, it just gets stuck here. Okay guys, I think that would be for today. As I mentioned, PlayStation 3 emulation is still early, it's still developing, so hopefully in the future it will be much better. I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And always remember, we don't stop gaming because we grow old. We grow old because we stop gaming.